Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Political Brown Kid here, back with another Hollywood in black and white. And this time I want to talk about a recent movie that was just released 2023, I believe May of 2023, and that is The Little Mermaid. And again, hopefully this video should be short. I may go on ramblings about other things that may extend this out, but it should be short because this is the same thing that I've been saying before. And I do believe that Dr. Umar Johnson has already commented on it. I haven't seen or heard what he said, and I'm pretty sure other people have commented on it as well. But the movie, The Little Mermaid, is a Disney movie. Once again, racist Disney, or at least tone deaf Disney. In their past, they used to be racist Disney. Paul Mooney even tried to tell y'all that. I used to watch them cartoons with them crows, and I don't know if Tom and Jerry is theirs. That may have been Paramount or some other studio, but Tom and Jerry with that old mammy in the kitchen, you could only see her feet and you hear her talking like a slave. And all of these other shows that show just racist cartoon type stuff. But Disney was racist back in the early days when it first started out. And now it's probably not racist, but it's racially tone deaf. So basically, I have not seen the movie. I'm going to let you know that up front. Don't want to see the movie. But what I'm going to tell you about the movie is the same thing that is just continuously going on in Hollywood. And it's particularly going on with Disney and also Netflix. I told you all about Netflix. The bedwenching that's going on Netflix, I told you about it. And I'm going to get into that at another time. But when you look at The Little Mermaid, it's starring Halle Bailey. You know, of course, we know she's part of the duo with her sister Chloe Bailey, but it stars Halle Bailey. And then I think, and you know, she's the main character because, of course, they're trying to show you how diverse they are. They're having black mermaids now. Oh, the mermaids are so diverse. Hollywood is opening up. They're doing this because I'm also let y'all know, if you don't know already, that Hollywood is now implementing a new rule. That the new rule for Hollywood is in order for movies to be considered for a major award, and they're talking about Oscars. Who cares about an Oscar? I don't care about the award shows, but I'm just going to plug this in. The new rule is in order for a movie to be considered for awards, and I think for nominations and all this other accolades, whatever you want to call it, it has to have underrepresented underrepresented groups starring in major roles or significant roles in these movies. And those underrepresented groups include minorities. It includes LGBTQ plus, whatever they want to call themselves, the alphabets. They done took up all the alphabets, as Dave Chappelle would say. It includes disabled people, and it includes women. That includes white women. I've never seen these white women struggle a day in my life. Katniss Everdeen has had 4 movies. She starred in everything. These white women have more going for them than anything. They get more movies, but yet they're so oppressed. But those are the categories. Or it has to be a predominantly, minority movie or focus centered on women. So again, that's going to destroy Hollywood because all it's going to do is just they're weeding out the black man. They're just going to put black women in roles with white men as they've been doing, which is what I'm going to talk to you about. The Little Mermaid. Now you have Halle Bailey, black woman, pretty black woman. Again, they're not going to choose any. They're not going to choose any ugly black women. They're not choosing unattractive black women. And also, I must say this: go watch Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney is very smart. He tries to tell y'all this. Paul Mooney will tell you white people will take you. When white people love you, they'll take you. They took Michael Jackson. He even told you they took James Brown and gave him back. They took Halle Berry. They will take if they see something that they take Carmine Jogo. They took Tandy Newton. They will take you and they'll keep you in white world. And then these black women start falling in love with white men because, of course, you're working with these white men all day long. That's all you're around is white people. And then you're like, oh, these white people gave me so much opportunities. White world loves me. You see a lot of these black people do that. They get comfortable with white people. White people start loving them, so they start sipping the Kool-Aid and they start thinking different. And next thing you know, they live in white world. And it's going to happen with Chloe Bailey. I hope not. But when you look at this movie, she is in love. Once again, her love interest is a white male. Once again. And so that's all I'm going to say about the. I have not seen the movie. The bottom line is that this is what Hollywood does, and particularly the reason why I'm bringing this up with Disney is because they did it with Brandy in the animation of The Princess and the Frog. They did it with Brandy. They gave her character a I don't. He may not have been a particularly Caucasian. He may have been like from. He was of a different, maybe Hispanic, or I forget. But it was a non-black male counterpart for The Princess and the Frog. She was a princess, and of course, she's in love with a this other character. And again, this is animated movies. The point that I'm trying to make to y'all is that anytime when you start watching Disney, Disney can make movies with white characters being in love with other white characters. Now, I do believe that, what was that? Tangled, or what's that movie? Frozen, that had a white animated character in love with a white male animated character. Then I think it was Tangled, or the girl with the long hair, Rapunzel, another animation movie, white animated character in love with a white male animated character, a white female animated character in love with a white male animated character. Then they even ventured off and did ethnic movies. I think they did Moana. I think that was their movie. I'm not sure. But again, even if Disney didn't do it, here's an animated movie of some Asian Island Pacificers. I'm not going to say Samoan because I don't know if that was it, but it was Asian Island Pacificers. I'm going to guess Samoan maybe. But you had that character, female animated, some Asian Island Pacific character in love with or had another some Asian Island Pacific character involved. Then there was another one did with Latino characters, and they kept it Latino. So when they do all of these other racial groups, they can give them their counterpart in these movies. But as soon as they do a black animated movie where they put a black woman in it, the character has to be in love with with a white character. They can't just show you an all black animation. They won't do it. They will not do it. So again, they took Brandy. They started with Brandy, Princess and the Frog. Is black female playing the princess. Well, we can't just have this being a black ass movie. That's what they say. So let's put in a white character and, let's diversify it really. And let's show that black love, that, black and whites love each other. Because I'm telling you, that's how white people are trying to cure racism. They're trying to sex us to death. And it's a racial, they don't realize how racist this is. It's called Blanquemiento. Look it up. I told y'all before that coon, I forget his name, Dr. Henry Louis Gates, he did a whole special on this called Brazil, A Racial Paradise. And in there they had a black historian, black Brazilian historian who talked to him about Blanquemiento. And the reason why I called Dr. Henry Louis Gates a coon is because I tried to get him to address and acknowledge that Blanquemiento was going on today. And I've been twittering and directly asking him to respond to this since 2020, and he refuses to do so. Or maybe my texts are so insignificant, my tweets are so insignificant, he doesn't see them. But he hasn't commented on it. But the whole point of this is Blanquemiento is about the whitening. What they did in Brazil was they hired what the white Caucasian Spaniards did or Portuguese did was hired a whole bunch of white males to come into Brazil to do work, and they told them leave your wives at home, and they had them come in and basically have sex with the black women that were there to lighten up, to try to breed us out. They tried to breed us out in Brazil, and that's why you have Brazil looking the way that it does. And the same thing is going on in America right now. The Jedi mind tricking you to make you think that interracial relationships is beautiful and that's how love's going to conquer all. Because once again, I tried to tell y'all, racism is not black people's issue. That's white people's issue. Black people's issue is a lack of power. That's your issue. And so the thing that I'm saying is this. When you go to a movie theater, a black person can sit into a movie theater. A black person can go to the movies and watch Titanic. We can go to a movie theater and watch Braveheart. We can go to a movie theater and watch Forrest Gump. We can watch every white movie under the sun. We don't have a problem going to see an all-white movie. Racism is not our problem. But as soon as white people make a movie, or as soon as a black movie is made, then white people have a problem going into the movie theater. Then all of a sudden it becomes, well, you need some white characters in this movie theater so that we'll come. Well, why is that? We go see your movies with 100% white cast in them. How come you can't go see our movies? And that's the problem. So they're trying to continue this theme, and they're doing it with Halle Bailey, and they're doing it even with animations. That's the whole thing that I'm trying to say to you all. You can't even be in an animated movie. Look at Aladdin with Will Smith, the animated version. Well, not animated, they use actual live people. They have Will Smith, and he can't even be in love with a sister. There couldn't even be a sister in that movie for Will Smith to fall in love with and have a love interest in. They do this. And that's the whole point that I'm trying to make here. And now Hollywood's implementing this new rule, and all it's going to do is force black filmmakers, because they want to get awards, or black directors, they want to get these awards. Everybody's so enamored with being validated with awards, specifically from the Oscars. I don't know why. So all they're going to do is say, we're going to pump and make our movies diverse. And the only way they're going to make movies diverse is to put black women with white men. That's all they're doing. And the worst part about this is, how black women are always crying. You always have black women whining and crying about, why don't black men protect us? You saw this black woman get her wig snatched off her head. And then I heard some black woman call into Joe Madison's show. I think it was Joe Madison's show, or she called into some show talking about, well, they're only doing it because they're copying and imitating they're basically saying white men are imitating seeing black men snatch black women's wigs off, so that's why the white man did it. And the black woman started complaining about black men aren't protecting black women. Okay, if you want to make that argument, then how come black women aren't protecting black men? The only time you want to protect a black man is when you want to make him a victim. Oh, black man got shot 45 times in his car. Black lives matter. Oh, black men are incarcerated there in jail. They make us victims, and they go out in the street, and that's the only time black people and black women want to march for a black man, is when we're victims. But they don't want to go in and say, you don't see Halle Berry picking up a script. You don't even see Zendaya picking up a script. You don't see Tandy Newton picking up a script. And you don't see Carmine Jogo picking up a script and being, hold up, wait a minute. Before I get into this role and play this movie, who's my love interest? Who are you casting to play my husband? Who are you casting to play my love interest? And if they're not saying, well, why aren't you casting a black man? Why aren't y'all showing black love on television and on the big screen? Why aren't y'all doing that? Why have we gotten away? Haven't we overdone this interracial thing enough? When am I going to be cast with the black man? You don't see Zendaya doing it. You don't see Halle Berry doing it. You don't see Tandy Newton doing it. You don't see Carmine Jogo doing it. And obviously Halle Bailey didn't do it. She's just so, all they see is they're going to be in a big budget movie that's going to be watched by tens of billions of people. And all they see is the dollar signs and the accolades for themselves, and the opportunity for them to star in more big budget movies, and for them to walk on the red carpet probably wearing nothing, with their butt cheeks out, wearing these crazy gowns, because everyone has to look crazy when they're on the red carpet and have to wear something provocative to have people talking for 2-3 weeks. And that's all they see is them. And then and once again, the black woman has separated herself out from the black man, and all they see is the black woman. They've created a whole new racial category, and it's called black woman. There's the black category, there's a white category, a black category, and a black woman category. And all they see of themselves. So, and I told you this video was supposed to have been short, and I have gone on, but it is the truth. And if you don't want to hear it, then you have a problem. But I'm going to end that here. That was Hollywood in black and white, looking at the Little Mermaid. Should call it the Little Black Bedwench Mermaid. I guess that's what the new title of the movie could also be. But that's the movie Hollywood in black and white. Go see it if you want to. I've already told you about it. You don't even need to see it. But that's what it is. If you have any comments, or you have any feedback, please leave them in the comments section. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And this is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.